Today I am setting up a dog kennel. For obvious reasons. We need a dog kennel in our family now. And so we're going to do a review. I have done no research on this. I don't know anything about it, so it's completely blind. I got this from Menards. If you're from the Midwest, you know Menards. It is a 6 foot tall, 4 foot wide, 8 foot deep kennel. And I believe, and it says on the box, it comes with the cover to put over the top for shade and whatnot. First things first, it was $249.99, so 250 bucks. Menards always has that 11% rebate, so I feel like that's a great price. I've compared to some other places I've seen, I feel like that's a really good price. Second is this box. I was shocked. I mean, this thing is, it's moderately heavy, but like I loaded up by myself. We're starting back here in the back of my vehicle because I don't have a pickup truck. I just have my mid-sized SUV. And I wanted to show you how easy it is to transport. I literally got it off the shelf, put it on one of those big flat carts, took it out myself and put it in here. I just put one seat down, or I guess it's two seats, the middle and then the driver's side back seat. I actually don't know. I would have assumed these would have been 4 foot panels. So we're going to see how this works out. I really don't know. It said somewhere on the box, I think I saw it say it's something about you don't need any tools. So I don't know. We're going to see how this works. We're going to see how it looks when it's done. I'm going to learn completely blind, just an average middle of the road guy, and you'll learn if this is worth buying for yourself and how easy it was to set up. First thing, it's pretty easy to get home. So let's get started. Of course, I got it upside down. There it is. This is what it looks like on the front. I don't think my wife could necessarily haul this thing around herself, but depending on your strength level, it's reasonable. It's manageable for one person. I would say two people could easily move this thing. Let's get it into the yard and let's get it set up. Now I have a dolly, but I didn't even bother using it because I didn't have to go terribly far, and this thing isn't that heavy, really. And it does claim on the bottom to have tool-free assembly. I haven't read anything. I don't know if it is or not. We'll see. That's not completely tool-free. You need a box cutter or a knife because they're all zip-tied together. Kind of just joking with you guys a little bit. All right, let's get this thing apart. It does come with its tarp or its cover. It's one sheet of paper, so this should not be very complicated. Okay, this looks really simple. No tool assembly. Now I see why. The clamps to put it together are wing nuts. So, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. It basically says lay it out in the configuration you want, put the pieces together, and then put your roof on it. So that's what we're going to do. I didn't look ahead, but these weird bungee looking things, I'm guessing this is for the cover. So we'll mess with that also in a few minutes. Yeah, so these are 2 foot panels each. Let's look at our picture again real quick. So I'm going to put this piece that cradles both of them on the outside. This one on the inside, obviously it'll crimp down and then wing nut it on. It's going to be that simple, basically. I have not seen, maybe it's in the bag, I've not seen hardware for a door latch, so we'll get to that step. I'm going to time lapse. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you guys one of these. We're going to put one panel together, and then we'll time lapse it because, I mean, that's about as simple as it gets, right? I believe it said something about 6 inches down from the top, roughly, is where to put it. Seems reasonable to me. All right, let's get to a time lapse. I'd like to apologize for the weird sound on this video. On this day, it seemed like it was gale force winds out there, and my microphone picked up a ton of wind noise, so I had to try and reduce it, and that's why it kind of came out weird. Secondly, these 2-foot sections were extremely lightweight and extremely easy to work with. I feel like this pin, if you brought it over and put it in place for your grandmother, she could set it up. I will admit that doing all those wing nuts by hand, near the end my fingers were a little bit sore, like maybe some gloves would have made it a little bit more comfortable, but it was pretty darn easy. Also keep in mind this pin's not exactly huge. This is more meant for our young dog who is going to need a place to stay when we're at work and can't necessarily control herself, so it's not a permanent home for a pet. Okay guys, so I had a minor screw up that I didn't pay close attention to. I'm going to explain it to you right now. So you see how I've got my ends here, and they're on the inside of the long run? It specifically says to do that the other way. So basically the width, I've made it, 2 inches too wide. So my roof trusses, they're not going to go into the holes. So I need to loosen all 4 corners, just put it so these end pieces come out, and do it the opposite way. So I'll show you on this one right here. And from there, then just to give you the visual aid of what I'm saying, and then from there I'll just cut out and go ahead and redo the rest. Not a big deal, didn't break anything, just have to go back and fix something because I didn't pay real close attention. So rather than being like this, now they'll face like this. So I'm putting my trusses up. There are 3 of them, front, back, and then in the middle, of course. There are 2 ridge poles, and then with that we don't need any tools. We have this middle one that will go right over the middle piece, and we will clamp down both ridges to the middle. And then we have 2 here that are going to go on the ends. Obviously this will clamp to the truss. This will clamp the ridge pole itself. So we're still just using wing nuts and putting this together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and now that I've explained what I'm doing to you, hopefully you can understand it as I go here. Let's get her done. I would say as I went through this process, I got thinking to myself that it's so lightweight, those 2-foot panels, and it's such a simple process. There's no tools required, it's just wing nuts. I could actually see disconnecting a few of those panels, just leaving it stacked in like 4-foot sections, and maybe not bringing the roof, the cover, and using this for like a camping trip. I would actually consider bringing this along. It would be worth it to have a good place to put the dog. So I found my first negative about this thing. It's a minor problem. There's the tack weld, or there's a weld that's on the inside of this. So whenever, it popped through or whatever, whenever they were manufacturing it. So as you see, this doesn't go all the way down. I'm pretty sure you secure that. These just slid in anyways, and that cover just goes around, and I'm pretty sure you use those bungees to secure it down. So it is what it is. Minor inconvenience, slightly negative, but so far it's like the only thing I've really had a gripe about. Next is our door latch. It's got a U-bolt system here, and again, wing nuts. So we'll put that, of course, facing this way so that it rests in the secured position. Because if you go the other way, then it might. So just like that. There it is, secure door. That's easy enough. Last thing we gotta do is put this this tarp over the top. The instructions don't say anything about this tarp, guys. We just have, this is what our bungees look like. So I'm assuming we just feed it through one of the eye holes, and then come down, you know, cinch it down and to like the chain link, or it's not chain link, but you know what I mean, the wires, and then boom. So I'm guessing it's as simple as that. So I'm gonna get that on. Now putting the cover on, what I found that worked best was I put one corner on, secured it, went and got it the opposite corner, and that wasn't great. But once I put the two short ends, like where the door is, and then that back side on, that cinched it kind of tight, and then I could just work down the long run sides. So all in all, it's pretty easy. It was exactly like I had pointed out. You put those bungees through, you loop them, and you clip it and catch it, or however you want to say that. Not a big deal. All right, guys. So that took me just under an hour total. I am extremely impressed at how easy this thing's set up. Keep in mind, this is not for a permanently outside dog. We've got this set up so that she can go outside, you know, when we go to work and whatnot, a few hours. But I'm really happy with it so far. I'm really happy with the setup, I should say. We haven't tried it out or, you know, anything like that. Hopefully you learn a little bit and you can make your own choice if you want to get one of these or not. So incredibly easy to set up, just a little bit of time. But other than that, not difficult. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.